welcome back to Death House. You guys have ascended through Homewood Manor, all 4 floors of horror. You've gone through all the fun spaces and found all the keys and all the crests. You've met the hooded merchant, and you've met Thorn, Rose's sibling, at the very top. Descending down into the, for lack of a better word, catacombs that are down here, you can see that there seems to be a theme to the rooms that you're exploring. There's a coffin on one side, and a coffin on the other. And judging from what has just happened, as Griff has so bravely ventured in first and found himself victim to a coffin that, at first glance, mind you, appeared to be a rather handsome thing. Well made, but of course decayed with the time and the ages, with the with the crest of Homewood on it, with the windmill and the rose upon it engraved into the side. He opened up the one and found a plethora of treasure, gold and silver, all buried underneath a cloth blanket with a skeletal body laid on top of it. Griff confidently put his booted foot atop the next coffin, only to find the coffin bit him back, the fangs closed down around his legs as the coffin grew teeth. The velvet bed inside grew out to a tongue wrapped around the paladin's waist and yanked him inside. Griff, it's been a pretty harrowing battle. How you feeling, buddy?
I feel freaking fantastic, Alex. Thank you for having me here on this next episode.
I'm so excited to be here. Griff, our towering figure in silver armor, always ready to lead the pack, is looking a little... He's looking... Griff, give me a performance check, please.
Give me a performance
I would like
check?
you to actually... Hold on. Before you do that, we're gonna do a... I need to see if my modules is not working. Do I want to let him do it with that? Yeah, it's fine. Okay, I'm gonna let you do it with charisma instead of constitution. Go right ahead. I was gonna say constitution for most people because the check that you're doing, Griff, you're kind of holding yourself upright. You're looking brave. You're looking strong. I'm totally not fucked up, guys.
Am I
Yeah, exactly. Give me a performance check, please.
though?
As you're a paladin, yeah, I'm gonna let you go ahead and do it. Your base charisma stat, because yeah, you're putting on a show.
Son of a bitch. Come on, baby. Big buddy, no whammies. How about a 12? What does a 12 buy me, Alex?
Griff, you're looking stoic, man. You're trying your damnedest to get your cape to billow behind you. The rest of the group is pretending not to see that your right hand is kind of like flicking the bottom of your cape, like to get it going behind you. However, you're standing upright. You're looking tall. You're looking strong. The party is seasoned adventurers, and they can note the blood that's trailing down under your helmet, Griff. They can appreciate the stoic face that you're putting on, but it's pretty obvious to everyone here, especially our rabbit folk healer, Benz, our nature cleric, I'm so sorry, Ibu, excuse me, that you're pretty messed up. Ibu, what would your response to your fucked up comrade be before we continue on our encounter with any other possible dangers, said the DM?
I'll look at Griff and I'll say, now's not the time to act tough, Griff. If you're hurt, I can heal you, but we're gonna have to rest before I can do that.
'Tis but a flesh wound.
Or act tough. That's fine. It's totally up to you.
Get back here, I'll bite your bloody legs off.
Fantastic. Griff, I would ask you, this is a personal question, I realize I'm putting you on a spot here. Does a paladin of your order imbibe alcohol?
No.
Do not?
No.
Okay. Just
we're
checking?
Always gotta be clear-headed into battle.
Fine, it's cool. I'm just that is good to know. The Magic the Gathering backgrounds are a little bit new to me, and I really appreciate you rolling with it. Benz, you followed the trail underneath your feet, but you looked around and you saw that there were some glyphs here that corresponded quite directly to your religion. you looked down, you saw that there are some pure symbols, perhaps that signified. Bence, could you give me a nature or a religion check, please? Your choice.
I sure can. Not bad. Not bad. Not bad.
Okay, I'm changing maps. Could you please tell me what that was?
Yeah, it's 18.
Ooh. Okay. The item that we're looking at here, bud, is it's specific in what it does. It is an item that would protect from disease. It would protect from poison. It stands for health, for purity, for cleansing. You look at it and you can see the spiral horn of a unicorn. As you follow the trail, you see that it leads to the next set of 2 coffins. Again, there are 2 coffins, one on the left, one on the right. Briefly, you had considered going up and out of here, but before you had the opportunity, a spiritual figure walked out from the wall in front of you. Answer correctly, I'll give you a boon to survive this place. Remain silent, I'll let you walk away unscathed. Answer incorrectly, and I'll attack. Now, guys, for the sake of realism, I'm going to take a minute to interject here. When you cast spells like Speak with Animals, and it has a duration of 10 minutes, there is a time dilation. There is a confusion in the system here where more than 10 minutes goes by in game time, but I'm giving you 10 minutes in real time. Everybody with me so far?
Yeah.
Yep.
Cool. I've left the time clock stopped up until this point because I wanted to give a little bit of leeway to explain this. I'm giving you 5 minutes in real time from the time that this guy stops talking. The next word out of your mouth better be an answer to this riddle, or he's going to attack. You can give up 1 point of inspiration to buy yourself an additional 5 minutes if you still want to talk it out. I will let you know when the ghost is done talking, and your 5-minute timer will begin. The man who invented it does not want it for himself. The man who bought it does not need it for himself. The man who needs it does not know when he needs it. You have 5 minutes.
I got it.
Again.
I got it.
Yep. Yeah,
What is it?
It's a coffin.
At
It's a
8:20
coffin?
p.m. Central Standard Time, you need to be sure about this answer. Talk it out.
Yes.
It's a coffin.
One who
That-
makes it does not want it. He doesn't want to. Person who makes a coffin doesn't want to be in it. The person
Right.
who buys it isn't for himself. It's for somebody else.
Right,
and
right.
Dead person doesn't know that he needs a coffin.
Yeah, it's a coffin for sure.
Okay. I'm on board with this. Do you want me to just answer that
Absolutely.
then? Okay. I will turn to this spectral feature, and I will say coffin.
Spectral figure looks back at you, and for a moment, it looks like he's charging up and getting ready to attack. Then, he smiles at you at the last moment. Well reasoned.
Hell
Let's
yeah.
go. And then Griff gets healed to full, and we go kick a vampire's ass. What?
With that, the spiritual figure disappears back into the wall. One of the coffins remains closed. One of the coffins slowly shifts open. Not all the way, Ibu. Maybe showing about, maybe the lower fourth of it. It's just sitting catty corner as the lid is shoved aside. You can hear the screech of stone against stone as this thing is shoved apart. And as you look down through the heavy stone lid, you can see what appears to be a cylinder-like object, perhaps. It's stark gleaming white. It looks terribly out of place in this filthy, dusty cavern.
Oh, snap. It's a unicorn horn.
Okay, I'm gonna go closer to the coffin that is open. I'll hop on top of the coffin and kind of glance in because I'm sure I'm too short to see in it.
Just to clarify, you don't want to check out the closed one for any reason, just for
Bruh.
curiosity.
Not first.
Okay, well, I thought I'd just check with you. In any case, you do, I'm sorry, you're describing to me that you're hopping up onto the stone lid and you're peering down to where you can see light gleaming against the white cylinder that you can see.
That's correct. I will, I'll grab the cylinder.
Okay. As you do so and your hand wraps around it, you can see that you are reaching around what appears to be a pommel, a handle of a weapon of some sort. It's white and long all the way up top, and it has a white gilded cord that's going all along the length of it, and then a golden pommel counterweight at the very bottom of it. You can't see what's at the tip. What do you do?
Is it possible to pull it out? Is the coffin open enough for that?
I'm gonna say that it's going to require a little bit of extra muscle, Ibu. It's gonna take just a hair. I'm gonna need a strength check with a DC of 10. The ghost did most of the work for you, but you're gonna need to oomph this lid aside. Whatever object is in here, it's long. It's like 4-foot-ish long. It's actually taller than you are.
I'm gonna turn to Griff and say, Griff, there's something long in here, and I'm not strong enough to pull it out, and I'm not strong enough to move the lid either.
I'm gonna step in front of Griff and say, you know what, Superman? I think I might have this. Take a knee. I'm gonna go ahead and take a step up.
Absolutely. Please do. Now, I'll tell you that Ibu has been shoving at this thing for a minute. It's already been loosened a little bit. The DC has gone from 10 to 9. Go ahead.
Wow.
Okay.
Elena,
guys.
you
-1.
flex, pop your neck a little bit, step right up to this thing, and as you push it aside, it is not going anywhere. You look back at the group, kind of like, just a second. Turn
Ibu,
back
you were
around.
supposed to jump off the coffin lid before I pushed it.
Oh, my bad.
Absolutely everything into it, and you realize, yeah, no, it's not going anywhere. You just fall flat onto your butt for just a hot second. You realize that the counterweight of Ibu on top is just enough. That extra 50, 60 pounds or so is just enough that you're not able to do it. Griff, step up to bat, please.
As I pass my wonderful comrades here, I'm gonna pat both of them on the head and just kind of chuckle to myself a little bit.
Psst. I bet you $1 he falls.
Oh God.
Griff, you
Don't worry, I got
are,
this, guys.
You're pretty stubborn. You're like, guys, I'm not that injured, all right? Look, I got this, and just effortlessly eat up this stone lid. There's more than enough room here. You put it off to the side, but you do respectfully back out of the way to allow Ibu to check out his prize. You found a spear.
Oh, that's pretty sick.
Nice.
Unicorn
Ibu,
spear.
the tip of this thing appears to be spiraling up into a point. It is gleaming white, perfection, on a dusty velvet bed. None of the dirt seems to be adhering to it. What do you do?
I'm gonna give it a wave. Do I know that this is a unicorn horn?
I am going to need a nature check, please. And I would allow a, no, I don't count that. I need you to give me a fucking. It's your D20. A 6. Okay, so 6 is fine because that's the actual count that you thought you were going to be doing. Your proficiency is good with it. So what's your wisdom? It's gonna be it's 3. So 3. So that's gonna be an 11. You're fairly confident. You cannot say with certainty, but you can't think of any other creature save a narwhal that might have a horn in this way. It's certainly not a manicore's horn, but you cannot say with certainty.
Okay, I'm gonna like hold on to it, give it a little like heft. Like, what do I feel anything? Like, is it too heavy for me? Does it fit just right? If I give it a little flourish,
when you pick this sucker up and you give it a little flourish, this thing feels. It's. I'm sorry. Can I get a description of your height, please, and your relative weight?
I'm 3 foot tall without my
Sure.
ears.
Okay.
I have no idea what my weight would be. I don't. Let's say.
Don't worry about the weight. It's
Yeah.
fine. Then I'm gonna amend the height of this thing to about 3.5 feet. As you fuck it, fuck that. Let's
No,
keep
he's
it
awesome.
original, dude. We're going OG. It's
Yeah,
the
man.
total 4 feet. As you give this thing the flourish, you wield it around. You realize that the counterweight on the bottom of this thing is just for show. It's perfectly balanced for a creature of your height and weight. It is posing absolutely no. Normally, when you wield a martial weapon, you need it fitted to your height and weight. You're a small creature. It is what it is, and you're used to having your blacksmiths and so on take the precautions that you need, modifying these things to 3.5 feet, modifying the weight to cut out about 20% of the weight. This thing's perfect.
It's the ears.
Yeah, I'm gonna like stand as tall as my 3 feet will allow, and put the spear kind of like vertical and sitting on the floor, and I'll look to everybody and say, "Well, what do you think?"
Looks phenomenal. Man.
Quite handsome.
It is like as tall as me with the ears included.
It's more than tall as you.
I'm picturing the ears kind of like perked up and kind of going doink doink, like trying to gain that extra like half centimeter.
Yeah, exactly.
Does it fit? It looks amazing.
I think I can use this. It feels almost like it was meant for me.
Get it?
I miss webcams and in-person games because I just gave a shrug and I was like, oh yeah. Even you equip yourself with this spear. Of course, I'll remind you that on your next short rest, you will need to spend an hour identifying this item and or attuning to this item. You'll have to figure that out and make that decision later, but clearly this is a wondrous item. What do you do?
Well, carrying my newfound spear, I
apologize, Ibu. Quickly, before you continue on that one, I should explain to you that from the layout, from your perspective, from what you can see right now, there were 3 passageways that had the dual coffin set up that you were on. I'm giving you this information now because we quickly went into it the last session. You guys quickly reviewed the area, and then we took a break. With a successful perception check, Elena heard noises like squelching, like something slurping, licking the bone. Someone was excited to be having a meal, and indeed, as you look to your east side here, to your right, to the east, you can see that there is a plain wooden table flanked by long benches. You can see moldy bones lying strewn on the dirt floor. The other coffin area that you know of is on your left-hand side, on your west side, past the staircase that brought you down to this area. Now, what do you do?
Does anybody want to check this other shut coffin? I know what happened last time when there was two coffins. One was nice and one was not nice. Do we want to risk this one?
Not
Or
especially.
I mean,
Okay.
can we check it to see if it's a trap before I go kicking it?
Elena?
Sure. But I mean, last time you went and kicked something, it ate your leg.
These are facts, which is why I'm asking before I go kick stuff.
We could just not kick it.
True.
Elena, how would you explore this situation?
Let me come around. Let's see. Okay, so there is the two coffins here.
Absolutely.
I'm trying to. This right here is the.
That is the
Table.
coffin that did not open. That one remains closed.
Trying to come around everybody.
Now, you still have your party members with you, in the sense of like, no one has left to guard Genevieve. So, Nox and Anubis are still with you. You still have those resources.
Yeah, we're
Elena,
gonna
what do you
send
do?
Anubis. The other. Was it right here across from the stairwell? Was the other hallway?
Yes, absolutely.
We're gonna send Anubis flying up and over and scope out, kind of map out the bottom here a little bit.
You want him to check out. I'm sorry, I'm taking Anubis to
Yeah.
an area. I believe you can see this.
Yes.
I need a minute to drop an observer token before we continue. Okay. Anubis can see a wooden table and 4 chairs. On the table is a pouch that bulges with coins. Anubis can give me a perception check, please, from Anubis's stop block.
Said perception.
Yes, please.
Oops.
Okay.
13.
What happened there?
Double clicked.
Sure, but I see a 14 and an 11. How do you
Uh,
have 13?
Oh, I'm sorry. 13 plus the 1.
Okay. Cool. On the table, Anubis can see a pouch that bulges with metal. Circular metal. He's used to the things that Elena looks for. Elena is a practiced rogue and tends to keep an eye out for things of value, and he can see that this pouch is bulging with coins. Similar to that, when he's looking for high quality items, he can see a note that's written on high quality parchment. Completely opposite of that, he can see a book bound in grimy black leather, and a set of heavy iron keys. To the right, he can see an iron cell with blackness beyond. Anubis does not have dark vision and cannot see into that area.
Could I possibly send Nox?
Yes, in my games, cats have fucking dark vision. Because why the fuck wouldn't they?
Facts.
Screw you, wizards. I would like for Nox to give me a perception check. And I'm gonna say that because he has keen smell, I'm gonna give it at advantage, please. I'll be right back.
Oh, hell yeah.
Nice.
Yay!
A nat 1 and a nat 20. My goodness.
I thought I had seen the one when the dice disappeared. I was like, wait, let me check that. You said it immediately as I was checking.
Ibu, what's your heal spell situation, just in case something jumps out at us?
I am out.
Upstairs
I'm
and
completely
nap
out.
time.
Yeah, I need a nap.
Okay.
I do have
mean,
spare the
this is
dying, so if one of us does go down and unconscious, I'll save you from death saves.
I
And
But
then we
still
have to
other than that,
haul our asses up. But remember, I just rolled a nat 1 on my carry the heavy shit.
So she's got an 8, and then that's gonna be. And then
I still have
do
lay on hands at least.
Okay. Wow. Okay. Cool. All right. So, here's what happens. Nox, with a 25. Describe to me, please, how Nox is investigating what's happening beyond these heavy iron doors. There's a gap about 10 feet wide where there's brick on one side, stone. Let's say heavy stone. The mortar here is old, ancient. These are catacombs, these are dungeons. On the other side of this 10-foot gap, there is another heavy, thick stone wall that is absolutely solid. Between the two, you can see iron bars with a gap just big enough for you to peer through, but no more. You might be able to see, 3 inches horizontally through these things. You couldn't possibly fit any person through this. On the floor, you can see there are mats and cots, and in the very, very far back, just a few buckets on the floor. That's just what you can see from dark vision. There are no toilets, no latrines in here. There are no food, no trays, no supplies. Just a few little straw mats, a few cloths, and a few disgusting, foul wooden buckets. Describe to me what Nox is doing as he's looking into this abyss.
Push to talk. In the snooty way that cats are, probably smelling around, like strutting by the iron bars back and forth, seeing what she can see, and then smelling the buckets as well. Probably smelling the old moldy mats as well, not just the buckets.
With a nat 20 right now, I'm going to tell you that he is smelling the old remains of human feces, and again, on top of that, old decaying human flesh. Please continue.
Ew. Okay. Yeah. As Anubis already got the regular room pretty much finished, so
He's doing his little zoom around.
Yeah.
And in the darkness, you can see 4 shambling figures bumping into one another, bumping into the walls, turning back around and shuffling up against the wall, quietly muttering something.
Nox can
Perception
understand.
check. I'm sorry, go ahead.
I was gonna say, Nox understands common, and I can look through Nox's eyes and ears.
Mm-hmm.
Could I possibly do that with Nox, and then understand what is being said if they are speaking in common?
Yes. So, I also need... I realize that this seems a little meta. I would like for Nox to give me a stealth check as he's flying past this area. Because he's rolling through here, I'm going to allow him to do this with advantage. Because he's got Anubis in the room. Anubis is like... And he's like making like hand gestures, like, all right, come on, let's go. Like army style. Nice. Okay, cool.
Yay!
You get just close enough to see exactly what's happening in here. And without needing any kind of audio cue for them to get closer, you see that in the corner, one of these small humanoid, childlike, shuffling figures, slamming its head into the wall over and over again, is just whispering, "Where's the beautiful lady? I want the beautiful lady. But where's the beautiful lady?" There's a wet thunk as it slams its head into the wall over and over and over again.
That messed up.
So about that nap.
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't want to go in there yet. I say to the party as I zone out of Nox and have Nox come back. I'm like, we don't want to go in there yet. Not yet.
Before you do that, let me ask you this. How much weight can Nox and Anubis carry between them?
Ooh, that's a good question. Where would that be?
So it's your strength score multiplied by 15 and then converted to pounds. So 8 times 15, which is
120.
120.
okay, and then 3 times 15.
45.
45.
45
So-
pounds. I can't push the talking.
So-
sometimes.
Weight in pounds. So that means that between the two of them, if they have so wait, how much is that pounds?
45.
Yeah, that's
Strength
totally enough.
times.
Oh,
You said strength
Wait,
times.
you said between
3?
the two of them? So it's 165 if you're combining them.
Yeah.
That is nuts. But that is raw, and we're going by raw until I have determined differently. In Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition, your carrying capacity is your strength score multiplied by 15. That is the weight in pounds that you can carry. So, with that being said, where's the journal? Excellent. Griff, as
Yep.
our resident money guy,
Yep.
Anubis and Nox bring back to the party 84 gold in a pouch that is made. It's in. Who's taking the pouch? Who's taking the pouch that Anubis is carrying?
I will probably take the pouch.
Okay, cool. Elena, as it goes into your hand, you realize that this pouch is odd.
Ew, it's made
This
from people.
leather is different, and as you realize that there's something bumpy on the bottom of it, turn it down. You look at the bottom, and I would like a Constitution saving throw, please.
Ooh, my hands just sweated.
Is it like a stomach or something?
Con saving throw to see if you puke.
We are up to 1943 and 97 silver.
Elena, I will allow you to describe how you at first recoil, but then maintain your composure as you realize that this bag is sewn together from portions of human skin that have come from different people. And the thing that you're holding, the little knob at the bottom, is a nose.
Oh, that's way better than I thought it was gonna be. Whew. It's still not cool. Alright, first thing she's gonna do, she's gonna grab it. She's like, man, this is some funky feeling. Oh no. No. I'm gonna look down at it, gingerly flip it over with this gruesome looking grimace on my face that you really hope doesn't freeze this way like your mom always said it would. And you realize, guys, this really is made from people. There's a nose on this pouch. It's sniffing back at me.
There's an almost apologetic look on Anubis's face as he hands you a note. Elena, if you would please read us. It's just good business.
Thanks, Anubis. The mayor has a problem, it says. With the closure of the orphanage, the little beggars have overtaken the streets. He has too many mouths to feed. I have a problem. It's one mouth, but what an appetite. Let's feed the hungry. Ew.
Ugh.
Now at that point, I'm gonna wipe whichever hand does not hold the pouch, is probably my left hand, on my shirt. and gingerly. I'm assuming the pouch has strings.
The pouch does have strings.
I'm gonna hold the
You-
pouch by its strings
Sure,
out in front
sure.
of me.
Uh-huh. Would you like to know what the strings are made of?
No, you know what? I'm gonna guess intestines.
Dry
Where?
and small intestine. Very well done.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Automatic success on your medicine check. Era, as Nox flies toward you, you can see that his bat wings are flapping. He appears to be drooping down very heavily every 10 feet that he flies. Every 10 feet, he just whoop, whoop. He gets a little bit closer to you, and you realize that he's struggling by holding a logbook. Era, I would like for you. Excuse me one. Era, I would like for you to please read us Dr. Seward's journal. Part 1.
This journal maintains a list of names, physical descriptions, and details of some sort of event. It appears that someone maintained this logbook as a record. The second column maintains this physical description of each person named in the first column, while the third column bears hastily scrawled notes as if somebody were summarizing the event. The first and second columns appear to be mainly described children. The third columns are vague, but include some rather horrible details. The struggled profusely given to Quincy, and biter, no sedative given.
Ew.
This looks like 1/3 of a journal.
Artie, what do you do?
You know what, guys? I know we probably won't sleep all that well, but I really need out of this basement.
Yeah, I'm okay with a regrouping. We have time.
Yeah.
It's 100% your choice. I'll remind you that Lord Holmwood gave you until 10 a.m. tomorrow morning.
How long's a
Funnily
long
enough,
rest?
by the way, by the time that I started this game, apparently it was January 2nd. I don't know, whatever.
Yeah.
Are we
Anyway.
thinking long rest or short rest, though?
Long.
Yeah, in order to recoup everybody's heals and spells and health.
For
Yeah,
the-
I'm
I'm
okay
good
with
with
that.
this. Do we want to go back to the typewriter room?
What if-
Yes.
what if-
Yes, very
some
much
sort
so.
of safe room.
I will ask the party to please roleplay this out and tell me how you're going to be doing this, what you'd be doing to secure the room, how many watches you'd be doing this. I'm going to preload the scene while you guys are talking about it.
I know Griff tends to be the prefer first and last watch. However, you really got chewed up pretty big. I suggest you take last watch. I will take first watch, and we'll kind of divvy it up in the middle. That'll also allow me to kind of meditate on and attune to my rapier fully, and allow me to hopefully get a good night's sleep in so that I can heal off the rest of this damage from the attack.
I'm also going to be busy before I go down, moving every single piece of furniture from that study room and putting it in front of anything that could possibly use as an entrance to ambush us.
I have a bell. I have some rope. I also have some ball bearings, so I will bait a couple of traps. If we're going to be going to the typewriter room, I will put a bell up at the. Wait, I'll have to look at the room again. Was there windows in that room?
It's fine. What I'm going to do real quick here is I'm going to go ahead and pull you guys here so we can see it. We're going to get back to your description in just a second here, okay? Griff, you're yanking all of the furniture out of this room. It's an attic storage room, so there's like chairs, coat racks, couches, mirrors, just all kinds of shit in here. And the hooded merchant is kind of looking at you like, all right. He's just keeping. Actually, you can't see his facial expression change at all. He does not care, but his eyes are still following you all the time. You're blocking off. I want to say the. I apologize. I'm having some issues pulling you to the scene. Okay, there we go. Wonderful. You guys should appear here in just a minute here,
There we
but you are. There's one entrance from the 4th floor to the 3rd floor. Is that what you're barricading? Or are you barricading the door to the typewriter room itself, is what I'm asking.
Since there's enough, I'm assuming there's enough, I'm gonna barricade both.
Yeah.
There is, but you'd probably have to go back into Quincy Morgan's room and back into Thorne's room and just kind of, take extra shit from there. I presume nobody cares, but yeah, you're totally able to do that.
Yeah, then that's definitely what I'm gonna be doing.
Yeah, I think that's the safest choice.
Okay, by 5e rules, we have to accelerate by 8 hours, and then we can do the whole rest. Your rest can be interrupted at any time throughout that period, and you can have what's like, what is it called? You can be interrupted, right? And you can have activity happen, and it doesn't stop you from getting your resources back at the end of that 8 hours.
Okay.
Got you.
So,
Okay.
no one reset your resources yet. You are not safe.
Can I... Hold on.
Completely fine.
I have
The
to...
doorway up here, I'm gonna go ahead and lock. We're gonna say that is pretty much impassable, or at the very least, it would take a lot of force to smash through that. I also understand that you guys are gonna barricade yourselves inside of the typewriter room
Might I
with
also,
the remaining furniture.
yes. Might I
Elena,
also suggest that we take the emblems off the wall so that we lock the basement door?
I'm so sorry, Elena. When you put those 4 crests into the wall, the door descended from ceiling into the floor, Resident Evil style. It did not come back up.
I have a question about lay on hands real quick.
Sure.
They regen at the end of a long rest, right?
They do. They are wasted if you do not use them now.
I was gonna say, before I go down, I'm probably gonna hit myself with all 15, just in case
Please
we
do.
get interrupted.
That's very smart.
Good call.
Mm-hmm.
While
I
they're
I would say that as you've used, I'm so sorry, we're gonna come right back to you, I promise.
Hmm.
We've used all of the furniture from Quincy Morgan and Thorne's room to block up the stairway to the 3rd floor. We've used all of the furniture, or we will, inside the typewriter room to barricade yourselves inside the typewriter room. You still have the bed and a dresser in the helm room. Era, what do you do?
I wanted to check the typewriter room since we've been away from this floor, we've been down in the basement, to see if anything has come into the room, like sort of like the dolls have moved around. There have been other things that have moved. Check the room and see if something's been moved into the room, like little monsters.
Okay. Cool.
I,
Give me an investigation check, please. Where's my focus?
Can Nox help?
Nox is going to sniff out the corners of the room. He's going to zoom around and he's flying around checking out the windows and stuff like that. Yes, make it with advantage. Okay. There was a little pitter-patter of tiny little footsteps. You could see that there was one set that came in through the homeroom, one set that came in through Quincy Morgan's room. Something about this confuses you. There should have been glass that exploded inward. You know, actually, yeah, this is what confuses you. There is glass that has exploded inward, from where something on the outside made its way in. This was the dolls smashing their way through the windows. Yet, the windows are completely reformed. There is no evidence of break or fracture or having been recently repaired. There is a thick layer of dust that is still undisturbed, and yet on the carpet are the shattered pieces of glass from where these little doll creatures clearly came in, and their dusty footprints running through the carpet all the way through the hallway to attack you in the sword room.
Joy. Oh, joy.
Is it some sort of trap that resets, maybe?
No, I think it's just honestly that this house is cursed.
Well, yeah.
I was gonna say, didn't we say something about the house being cursed and there's magic in it? It could magically just reform itself.
I'm just worried about a repeat. You know, like, has it reset?
Well, another option is, well, number one, we stay in a room that doesn't have windows.
I would remind you that you know that the attic storage room and the sword room do not have windows. Well, the sword room had them, but they've been bricked up.
Okay, so this one is just a one in, one out. One way in, one way out.
The typewriter room, the attic storage room, is a one way, one out. One in, one out, excuse me.
So, the attic then?
Yeah, that or the creepy thorn room, and I'd rather not stay with the remains.
You guys all pile together. I'm not going to move you for the sake of brevity, but you guys all... Yeah, I will actually, because we still have more rolls to make. You hop into... Yeah, let's do it. We're going to lock that door to give evidence to the barricade that's there. What? Griff, what did you just disable?
Oh, it's still grappled.
Sure, but your fighting style defense needs to be active.
Oh, I must have double
It's
clicked.
cool. It's fine. It's fine. I just don't... Your AC went down to 19, and I was like, what the fuck?
No, don't die,
Don't
Griff.
make it easier for me to hit you, my guy. As you get into the room, as you're all there, the one remaining lone occupant of the room, simply says to you all, "Welcome." And therein is the merchant. The blue torches are still gleaming. The blue typewriter door is shut. And for those of you who have played Resident Evil, you know that the typewriter room is a safe area. Had you slept in any other area, all hell would have come to visit you.
I knew it.
Congratulations. You have a safe 8 hours of rest.
Woohoo!
Oh,
That's what
baby.
happens when you pick an RE nerd.
Seeing as I've never played it, thank you guys.
It's like, nope. When in doubt, avoid as many points of entry as possible.
I mean, I just wanted to chill with my homie, but that's okay.
It is absolutely true, and again is why the typewriter room was closed to you and Thorn's room was open. Throughout the course of your 8-hour rest, you are all more than welcome to make any purchases as you would from the merchant. However, Genevieve is exhausted. Genevieve is so tired and has had a really, really stressful day, you guys. Genevieve needs to sleep, and Genevieve lays her head down in the corner. Rose looks to you, Elena, like, and then looks over to Genevieve, like, can I
It's
go?
totally okay. Go snuggle with Grams.
And Rose goes and piles herself up in the corner. She tugs her red scarf off of her and then passes it off to Anubis, who throws it over Genevieve. Rose as a pillow. Genevieve is laying on top of Rose. She has Rose's red scarf on top of her as a blanket. Genevieve is not going to respond for the rest of this 8 hours. To the rest of the party, what do you do?
I've been thoroughly instructed by the second mom of our adventure group here to lay my ass down and rest so that I don't get my ass kicked by a chompy ass coffin again. So I'm just gonna go huddle in the corner and pass out.
Totally fair. The clock is paused, guys. When you do get up from your safe 8 hours because you have chosen a safe room, I will accelerate the clock by 8 hours. Griff, you're asleep. You're resting. You're okay. There are no checks required of you. Who's next in our... Elena, what do you do?
Alright, I had my first hour watch where I just made sure the world was fine and, didn't try to eat us, and debated on buying something from the merchant. After that, laid down, tried to rest. Really couldn't get good sleep in the sense that, we're in creepy hell house here, but I didn't have nightmares either. I'm going to consider that a win. Hopefully, I have now thoroughly bonded with my rapier and can now wreak all sorts of havoc.
You absolutely can. This is, of course, a magical weapon. The true form of the Foxhunt Rapier is revealed to you. Whenever you roll initiative from this point forward, you're, of course, going to have to deal with advantage. You can't be surprised except when incapacitated by something other than non-magical sleep. If you had been sleeping outside of here, when you had taken your rest, you would have been woken naturally.
Okay.
I fucking guarantee you, had you slept anywhere other than the typewriter room, this house would have come for you.
Of course it would have.
Elena, I would remind you that you have the Hunter's Mark spell available to you. If you have a spell slot to cast with it, you can. If you, it's just free though. You have one for use of it, and it does not cost you concentration. I've removed that from my version of Hunter's Mark. Anything else that you need to check, Elena?
I do have a question, and this may be after session. I've got a poisoner's kit.
Mm-hmm.
I also have a herbalist kit.
Mm-hmm.
Let me go through my inventory here. For poisoner's kit, would I be able to mix and then apply to any of my daggers or all of my daggers?
Yeah. And I'm gonna say that every DM is gonna have their own rules for poisons and potions, because 5e doesn't give you a whole lot of support for that kind of thing. But if you have proficiency with poisoner's kit, you have it on your person.
Mm-hmm.
Super cool. So let's do this. I need you to... We're going to assume that you are a very prepared rogue, Elena. We're going to assume that before you began this mini campaign, that of course you loaded yourself up with ingredients, because why the fuck wouldn't you? Make me a DC 15. No, hold on. Where's the basic poison check? I apologize. I don't want to lie to your face. Give me just a minute, please.
That's cool. Take your time.
Blah, 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 blah. Neat. 14, say. Cool, because that's the basic version. Awesome. Neat. Now, Elena, what I'd like you to do for me, please, is to make me a poisoner's kit check. The DC to beat is 14. Fuck and yes.
Okay.
It's very well done. Elena, we're gonna assume that, again, you loaded yourself up with all kinds of shit, but you only have X amount of time to do stuff with your rest. You spent 1 hour tuning, so you spent 1 hour making yourself a kit. You don't have time to make yourself any more than this, but on a nat 20, come on, I gotta give you a little something. You receive 2 doses of basic poison.
Sweet.
One moment, please. We're gonna pull this to your person. Basic. Excellent. 1, 2. Elena, this is again a diversion from normal D&D, so please don't go into someone else's game and expect this to work.
Yeah.
But in my games, see, once applied, the poison retains potency for 1 minute before drying. Lame. I want you to go ahead and... What the fuck is that? Oh, that's the terrible one. Hold on, I buffed this too. Hold on, 2 seconds. I'm sorry. Sometimes I have to fix things on the fly because 5e is like, here's this super cool thing, but it's shitty.
Bet.
Yeah. Change that to whatever. I'll change the actual thing later. Elena, it's not gonna work properly because I haven't changed the base code of this item, but the basic poison that you have is buffed.
Okay.
I would also like to let you know that the poison does not lose its potency for 1 minute. So what's happening here, Elena, is that you have 2 doses of poison, okay? So you can apply it to a weapon, you can apply it to a piece of ammunition, and it's gonna stay on that forever and ever and ever. If you hit with this thing and you miss, you still have it in your inventory. It's not a loss. It's gonna stay on there until you hit. So tell me what you're applying it to. Are you applying it to your fox hunt rapier? Are you dipping your sword in that? Are you perhaps dipping a dagger in it? Are you coating an arrowhead in it? It's gonna stay forever until it hits. What 2 things are you doing with it?
I am going to definitely put on both my daggers. Not the combat knives, the daggers.
The hidden ones or the ones?
Yes, the hidden ones.
Sure. Okay. I'm gonna ask you to leave those in your inventory. Do not consume them.
Okay.
We will bring that up when it comes up. If and when it comes up.
Okay.
Down to the next person in line. Elena, you lay your head down to sleep. Where are you sleeping, Elena?
Alright. Where I'm going to be sleeping is... What is this right here? Is this a bed at the far wall?
You don't want that, Elena. You don't want that. That's the chest where you found the body of the
You're right, I do not want that. Is that a table with a pillow on it in the back corner?
It is, yes.
I'm sleeping under the table, pulling the pillow with me.
Yeah, sure. Your feet are sticking out of that section.
It's
Because
cool.
only
There's
5
another
feet
little
of you
table
staying
right
over
there.
You're a little bit over it. Anubis is down there keeping you warm. You guys are sharing the pillow. His feathers are curled up into your chest, and you guys are keeping each other warm down there. And there's that. Griff, you're hanging out by the side over there, going down to the next person in line. Ibu, with your 8 hours of rest, what are you doing?
So just to clarify with this spear, I can either identify it or I can just attune to it. And if I just attune to it, that identifies it as well, correct?
It does, yes. And I'll remind you that if you want to finish off your potion, you owe me an hour.
And an hour to attune?
Yes. But if there's something detrimental on that item, sucks to be you. It just happens.
Yeah. Okay, well, I'm definitely going to finish the potion, so let's do that.
Cool. Ibu, describe to me the adorable little dance you do as you finish off your potion. It's a bubbly, sparkly, glowy thing. You're setting yourself up 2 little cauldrons for the last little step. Inside one, you can see a swirling rainbow liquid. Inside the other, you can see a dancing silver liquid. And inside the one that you're going to finish off, you can see a very small glowing vial. You remove the silver top from it, and inside you can see a happily dancing, bubbling golden potion. You've got a rainbow potion on one side of you and a silver potion of you on one side of you. You've got to mix the two of these things together, but they need to see you like doing something kind of happy in order to get it going. Please take it away.
Oh man. I'll stand around both. Like I'll stand up on my feet, and hop around in my bunnyish way around the cauldron, and I will kind of use my hands to like waft from one cauldron into the other and then back, like I'm kind of like mixing something.
Sure.
But I'm not just going to use my hands. I'm also going to use my 2-foot-long ears, so it'll be like I have 4 different kind of mixture things going on. And then once it looks like it's starting to settle, I'll just kind of like sit down and blow on my pan flute just as quietly as I possibly can to not wake anybody up to finish it off.
These are all perfectly mixed together. They swirl in the air, and you can see the golden liquid come up, dancing out of the tiny little vial in response to you blowing your pan flute, as if you were a snake charmer and you're coercing the liquid to come up and grab what's in the middle there. It all dives down into the middle, and your potion is completed. One moment. Nope, come here. Okay, cool. Sorry, dice box issues.
It's like, that sounds like a dog ran away.
That's my dice box. 1 second. Aha. Okay. Cool. Ibu, you may have this experience in private or in public. Call it.
Well, everybody's asleep, so let's do public just in case somebody has an eye open or something.
Sure. Ibu, you pull forth a completed vial of your life's work. This is a potion that you have been working on for forever. This has taken years to perfect, and you don't even know yourself exactly what's going to happen whenever you start creating it. It requires several hours to make, several checks to make. In fact, it requires 6 months to brew. Yeah, that's right, bitches. I went Harry Potter lore on y'all asses. But with all of your checks having been completed, Ibu, with all of your percentile dice having been rolled, you find yourself in possession of 1 dose of Felix Felicis.
Hell yes.
Ibu, if you wish. In fact, yeah, you wanted to do it, so let's do it. Having done your checks, I will drop the completed version of Felix Felicis into chat. Please read it off for us.
Okay, there is exactly enough potion in this vial for 1 person, also known as liquid luck. This potion makes you exceptionally lucky for 1d4 hours, to the point of succeeding at everything you attempt. Wow. When you consume this potion, you can't be surprised and have advantage on attack rolls, ability checks, and saving throws. Other creatures have disadvantage on attack rolls against you for the duration. Additionally, if you roll lower than a 19 on a check with persuasion, deception, performance, or any kind of tools, that roll is changed to a 19. This potion has been stated to greatly resemble molten gold. It is meant to be used sparingly, however, as it causes giddiness, recklessness, and dangerous overconfidence if taken in excess. Warning, Felix Felicis is highly toxic in large quantities. That's sweet. That's really sweet.
Your potion is complete.
You better
take
hide
the
that.
vial that you it's made in highly protective glass, of course. You wouldn't risk something like this to something so foolish. Most of your potions, most of your ingredients are in a hip pouch at your side. This item, you could put it down there. You could also put it into like a necklace that goes around your neck. This is considered a wondrous item, and it's not going to do anything stupid like break if it's like punched or anything like that. It can, however, still be taken off of your person. What do you do with the vial?
I would like to take the leather strap that is around my neck that's holding my pan flute and disconnect one side, and then affix it to the same leather cord that's around my neck with the pan flute.
Okay, I see what you're saying. So it's on the same. Okay, cool. On top or under? Or next to?
I would say next to.
Okay, cool. You have 1 more hour, I believe, on your watch, and then you have to go to sleep.
Okay, so I don't really want to risk just attuning to this thing, because with it looking so pristine, I don't know, that gives me a bad feeling. So I'm just going to use my last hour to identify the spear.
That is your choice. You sit and you attune to it. What is meditation like for you? You're a nature cleric. I imagine that you're thinking about some sort of nature scenery, perhaps sitting by a serene lake at the top of a mountain in the middle of a peaceful glen. Where are you when you're meditating in your mind?
I would be deep in a forest, like a redwood forest.
Okay, cool. You do not currently have the unattuned version of this. You know that it is a magical weapon. I would like you to read this out to us from the chat, please.
Certainly. Weapon, spear, very rare. Requires attunement by a druid or nature cleric. This beautiful spear has a long shaft carved of ivory, and the tip of the spear ends in the spiraling horn of a unicorn. You gain a +1 bonus to attack and damage rolls made with this magic weapon. Perfect poise. While attuned to the spear, you are immune to the poison condition and have immunity to poison damage. In addition, you have advantage on Constitution saving throws. Your hair is never out of place, and you look immaculate at all times. Unicorn charge. If you move at least 20 feet in a direct line towards a target and hit it with the spear on the same turn, the target takes an extra 2d8 piercing damage. Curse breaker. While attuned to the spear, you are immune to being cursed by spells and other abilities. For the purpose of this property, a curse refers to any spell or ability that has a curse in its name or description. If you are already afflicted with a curse when you attune to the spear, or are attuned to a cursed item, you suppress the effects of the curse for as long as you remain attuned to the spear. If you break your attunement with the spear, the curse is no longer suppressed.
All right.
That's kind of awesome.
That is sweet, and I'm so upset I need a short rest to attune to it.
So sorry. For the time being, you do know that you have a weapon that is going to break through any creature's immunity to non-magical piercing, bludgeoning, or slashing damage. Unfortunately, these other... Ibu, as you're holding this thing, all the grime just flows off of your body. Your fur just looks immaculate. You're just shaking your head around, and you look like, just it's his first time. Like, you just look amazing. Your hair is just ballin', or is popping. Blue scarf is on point. Other than that, none of the other features of this staff are available to you.
Okay.
I'm so sorry that is your time. Ibu, where are you sleeping?
I'll go close to Genevieve and Rose and just kind of curl up beside them.
Absolutely. You're just adding to the warmth. It is fur heaven over there. Era, you have 2 hours available to you. What are you doing?
I hope everyone's okay with it. I'm going to buy something.
Sure.
Yeah.
I am going to buy the Induce Headache spell
Okay.
scroll. And then for my 2 hours, it might seem weird, but I'm going to actually copy that spell into my spell book.
Yeah, sure. So you go ahead and spend however, I don't know your weird wizard math. You do your
It
thing
need
there.
it takes exactly
Shh.
2 hours.
Don't hurt my
and-
brain. Just spend it.
Okay.
I'm
just do it.
kidding.
Just
I
do
love
it.
you so much. I'm just teasing you. I'm sorry.
He said,
know you are.
"Shh."
Everyone explains this math to me, and I'm just like, shh, shh, shh. I'm just kidding.
No, I just
But
It's okay.
it's
Just
induced
make it
headache.
happen.
Sure, and I'd love to. I'm gonna add it to your spell book, not as a spell scroll, but you just have it now. You're more than welcome to
I
prepare as
have
you
to
like.
do a spell check first, though. Or a Arcana check. I have to get a 10. I read
Please
the
do.
scroll.
Exactly a 10.
Ah!
Aaron, thank you for keeping it honest. You take your time. You study these spells. You break out your inks from the back here. There's a second where, as you pull it out here, bless her heart, Genevieve just lets out one of those old person snores that comes up out of nowhere, absolutely no warning, like silence right beforehand, and then just, and you're just, oh my god, and you kind of like fumble the ink for just a hot second, but you have enough left over to copy this over into your spell book. Took you off guard. You're okay. Nothing. No big deal. We got this. We're good.
Nox hissed.
Era, I'm sorry. How much time did that take? Was it more than 2 hours?
That took the exact 2 hours.
Okay. I'm going to go ahead and accelerate the clock now by 8 hours. Everyone go ahead and open up your character sheets, please. On the bottom left-hand side underneath your portrait, you're going to see a little person sleeping in a bed. Go ahead and click the second icon for a long rest. Time has restarted. It is now 10:40 p.m. You have 11 hours left.
Okay.
Quick thing. How do I prepare and unprepare spells?
Sure. So, Era, I would like you to please. We're going to your spell book. Hold on 1 second. Sorry, I wanted to pause the timer. I didn't want to be unfair. What are you trying to unprepare, and what are you trying to prepare?
I would like to unprepare comprehend languages and prepare the Induce Headache.
Remove preparation. Prepare spell. Okay. Anything else?
No.
Excellent. I need you to bear with me just a second. Something's wrong with your maximum HP.
Thank you. Because I've had that red line for a while. gonna
It's
ask
because
Matt.
you had a negative. Okay. Guys, I'm gonna go ahead and call, wait a minute, because this is a 3-hour game, right? Alright,
Yes.
20 minutes. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and call our 15 minutes or less break now. I need to check everyone's maximum HP to make sure that no one else has a negative modifier before you continue downstairs. back down to the basement level of Death House. I'll remind you that there is more coffin area to be explored in between you and the cell area you've decided not to explore. Griff, as the closest one to the right-hand side to the east, give me a perception check. I think to yourself, it would be nice if I fixed this place up, you know, just kind of dusted this off a little bit, maybe hung a few little flower hangings. Yeah, I could totally make a little base out of this. Oh, resale value? Yeah,
I'm helpful.
you're probably pretty safe. To the party, what do you do?
Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, do we want to check that last coffin that's closed, or leave that one and check the other coffin room?
That's all,
Let's-
Elena.
Let's check the other coffin room.
Okay.
It's you.
Real quick, I can.
You guys, go ahead.
I was gonna say I could see like the 5 foot and then the age
Oh,
marker, but I can't see anything but black.
Ignore the text portion of that, but you guys do see the coffin in front of you here. Now, this repeats itself twice. You can see one on your left, one on your right. It's okay, I'm gonna move you over. Here. Yeah, we're all going to this section right here. And I do see why you guys might want to position. Sorry, Elaine, I just yeeted your ass. off into
It's like,
space.
okay.
Era, I'm going to assume that you have already mounted the broom. Please feel free to set your elevation, but Griff, as you're going forward there, you're going to see a coffin on your left, a coffin on your right. Unlike the other 4 crypts, the iron gates in front of these coffins are closed. Griff, what do you do?
I'm gonna call Elena over to check things for traps so I don't get my toes bitten off again.
Okay. Elena, step forward for me, please, and then give me a perception check. Yeah, totally safe. This is someone's family crypt. There's probably nothing to worry about. Still, you did watch a coffin bite the fuck out of someone earlier, so you're a little bit sus here. You're looking around and you're thinking to yourself, you're on guard, you're investigating, but with a 7, you can't distinguish any difference between these 2 coffins. Now, you're still welcome to investigate or do any other checks in any other way that you want. That's just your general perception of the place, is that you can't tell the difference between the 2 coffins behind the 2 locked iron gates in front of you. What do you do?
Let me investigate and see if maybe there's something either around, or the doors might give me something, or maybe I can notice if they move. One of them will move, in which case we can just leave this room alone, seeing as how the sumbitches are locked anyway.
Cool beans. I misspoke about the locked. They're closed, not locked. You can see that as the gates are shut, there's a handle that's there, but there's not a locking mechanism. There's not a key, there's not a deadbolt or anything to hold them closed. There's simply one of those latches that you put there to keep the elements out. I used the wrong word there and I apologize.
That's-
As you are reaching out there, I need to know which one that you're checking first. As you reach out to the handle and then pull it open, which coffin are you checking out first?
Griff, what's your instinct?
Left.
Left is the creature, or left is what you would scope out first?
Left is what I would scope out.
Then we're gonna check right. I say it with love, man.
Appreciate the vote of confidence.
As you do so,
I trust you to find
you
evil.
pull the door open, you reach out to the coffin. Nothing happens.
Damn
Give
it!
me a
See?
strength check.
See? I trusted you were gonna find evil. Alright.
The strength check for this one, by the way, because no one has helped you shove it aside or anything like that, is 13. I need an athletics check, excuse me.
Okay, I was gonna say, I don't even see that on my list. Oh.
Elena, you confidently grin back there. You can see Griff is kind of slapping himself, like with his iron gauntlet up to his face. You can hear a clang that echoes out through the room. It's comical, and the moment of it, it gives you a moment of brief levity. You guys take a minute to grin at each other, because honestly, in this fucking horrible place, at the very least, you have each other. And
This
as
is
you
true.
shove this coffin lid aside, Elena, you find again a skeleton on top of a blanket, on top of a gleaming pile of shiny objects. What do you do?
Double check, make sure there's no traps on the skeleton, but then it's payday.
Okay. Give me an investigation check, please. There are no traps, no wires, nothing to worry about with the skeleton. You push it aside, pull the blanket aside, you get 175 silver and 46 gold.
Yes!
Nice.
Alrighty, there we go. To our Sir Bank.
As Griff updates the journal to the party, what do you do?
Is there anything else in the coffin, or was it just money?
Just money.
Then we're just gonna go ahead and close it. Close the coffin, close the gate.
Sure.
And we're not gonna do anything with the other coffin. We're not gonna turn our back on it. Instead, we're gonna slowly back out, keep an eye on it, and just kind of scooch on back.
1931,
Rose is
72.
growling at the coffin as you back away. You sure you don't want to touch it?
I'm pretty sure.
Did somebody say touch the coffin?
You settle down now. You can poke it with the really long stick.
Ibu's got one.
There you go. I'll move out the way.
Oh, I'm not touching that thing. No way.
Somebody throw a rock at it.
That's
I mean,
completely fair.
I've got a. I can shoot it with the, with my crossbow.
Journal's
no.
updated.
Come on, Rose. Let's. Good girl. Let's go.
Iba, as you enter into that passageway, give me a perception check, please.
This isn't the way we heard something eating, right?
It
That was-
absolutely
Sure
is.
is.
Is it?
Say yeah.
Yup.
We couldn't differentiate. It was just.
Yeah. So it was the room to the south that I see with the thing banging its head against the wall.
I don't know your life. Give me a perception check.
Jeez. Perception.
We kind of knows your life.
Yeah, I know your life, DM. I guess.
That's fair. That's fair. Okay. Cool. Cool. So, let me look into your perspective. Excellent. You can see a hallway to the south of you, can't you, Griff?
Yep.
Cool. I'm sorry, not Griff. Ibu. My bad.
I
Ibu, can you see this hallway here?
Yes, sir.
Excellent. Where I'm pointing to, where my crosshair is, you can see that this room goes to the right, adjacent, in a T shape, one of those Tetris T shapes. You can see walking down that way and then turning into that corner, the source of this awful crunching and squelching sound. You can see a humanoid figure chewing on what appears to be, at first glance, a leg of mutton. It licks its lips hungrily, and as it does, you can see its tongue extend out past its cheek all the way up to its ear, licking its entirely bald, pale head in a
Bro.
mockery of the human appetite. As you look closer, you realize that its long, gnashing teeth are chewing on a human leg. It disappears down the hallway to the east. You extrapolate that it's probably heading somewhere to the southeast of you. Ibu, what do you do?
I'll quietly turn to the group and say, whatever that thing is, it's eating a leg, a human leg, and it turned the corner down this hallway. And I'll kind of point in the direction where it was.
I'm gonna shrug my shoulders off real quick and be like, it needs to die.
Hey, quick question before we charge off and you know, either die or kill things. Did we get the keys that were on the table?
You did, actually. I would say that Nox would have been carrying those.
Okay.
Would have been a heavy iron keyring, and it would look pretty specific. The huge iron gate that Nox was looking at, it had one of those huge comical Scooby-Doo looking padlocks, and the iron key looked pretty specific to that.
Okay, alright. Damn, I was gonna say maybe we get lucky and find a door we can lock this sumbitch behind, but you know, c'est la vie.
We can deal with this guy before going to deal with the others, though. That way, if we deal with the others
Yes.
first, this guy can come up behind us and he's hearing the noise.
I do like that plan.
Griff, you are you're past the dining hall now. You are in the hallway where Ibu has pointed out that there is something to the right of you here. Before you move any further, I'd like to ask the rest of the party where their location is in relation to Griff, and then we're gonna go back to Griff. So, starting from the top, Elena, where are you?
Elena is back in the hall. She's coming up behind Ibu.
Yeah, I'm moving this here. Wait, I'm moving this here, the observer's token here, so that you guys can see what Griff is looking at. Elena, are you good?
Yeah, that's about where I would have ended when Ibu said that he heard a thing or saw a thing.
Ibu, I'm moving you to the south just a bit, so she's not right on top of you. Where are you?
I'm good right there. That's fine.
Era, where are you?
I also followed Ibu, but I was technically farther down the hallway than Elena, so in between the two, technically. Or above one of them. I don't know. I'm on the broom, so I can kind of hover above somebody, technically.
For the simplicity's sake, let's say you're between the two and then select your elevation. Elena, where's Anubis?
Anubis would be. Where is he now? Okay, he would be. He would be in front of me, like right about here.
Please choose his elevation. Era, where's Nox?
12 feet up.
That is so specific. What the fuck?
I got you, boo.
I was gonna say, I would probably be... Wait, this thing isn't that... It's the basement. It doesn't have that much of a roof.
Not really, no.
I think we said the roof is at 10 feet, so that's why I'm at 5. Nox would be on my shoulder either way.
I love how every room we go into in this entire thing has vaulted ceilings, because anything bigger than 9 feet is a vaulted ceiling.
Well, I mean, Griff
a
is
big-ass
like
ceiling,
14
like,
feet
everywhere.
tall, so he's
I'm
got to be at
6.5.
least
Excuse me.
potato. He's gonna have to be at least eye level of Griff to help him out to give him a bonus.
Surely it's not because the DM was lazy and, you know, I mean, it's an architectural thing. It's for
No,
for-
it's plus it's magic.
This
It's for
house
resale.
has a big
It's for
ass
resale
blueprint, is what
purposes.
it is.
Absolutely.
At this point, the house is literally like 57 feet tall from floor to ceiling.
100%. Going back to Griff, what do you do?
GG, everybody.
Yeah.
GG's.
GLHF? GLHF.
Pretty much.
I mean, I'm just gonna do what Griff does best. I'm gonna kind of muscle up, adjust myself in my armor real quick, and I'm gonna go find the noise.
There's a shadowy figure, Griff, that's walking this way. It is, and you can probably see this directly in front of you here.
Actually,
It
can't see
is
anything. It's all
still-
black.
Oh.
Like all
Hey,
of
that's
all
a
of this.
very, very, very good point. Griff, you're wandering off by yourself into the darkness of the basement, unless you care to light a torch.
Might as well.
It's up to you. You have the resources.
Yeah,
Highly
I'm
recommend it.
gonna go ahead and light a torch.
Please do right-click your character. Above your head, there's going to be 3 icons. The right one is torch.
It's grayed out for me.
Really? I gotcha. There's probably not one in your inventory.
Oh. I think I just turned it off.
I gotcha. There you
Oh, look, I made a friend.
go. Your friend is... He has what appear to be long bandages wrapped around his arms, a bare loincloth. There's bandages around his legs as well, and nothing on his bare feet. His nails are long and overgrown, and as he chews on the kneecap of this human leg, you can hear that there is a sudden uptick in the crunching noises as he's getting into the cartilage on the kneecap. He continues on down the hallway to the north there, as if he's circling back around, back to where Aaron and Elaine are standing. Griff, what do you do?
It looks like, from what I can see, that hallway doubles up. So I'm actually going to backtrack on myself and try and head this
Oof.
thing off.
I was gonna say,
That's
yeah,
you.
don't fall for the trap.
Go right ahead.
I've got 30 feet.
And with that, I need everyone to roll initiative.
I was gonna say, Griff, are you
Look
telling
at
us that
that.
it looks like it's coming back? Should we kind of lay in wait,
No.
hide, like an ambush?
So there's a wall right here. It looks like literally right between me and this tile right here. So if
Yeah.
I stand right here, the only way it can get to you now is going all the way back around. So if I were you, Ebu, I'd probably put myself somewhere over here if it tries to haul ass. If it tries to
Okay.
haul ass.
Real quick, I need to put order to this. So, I'm gonna hold off on just a second. Ask everyone to hold off for just a second. Excuse me. Griff, what you're saying here is all communicated as you slip by the party. You're doing these military hand signals that the party has learned over the course of time, sleeping, camping with you. They've learned the very basics of it. Like, hold on, I'm here, I'm moving, whatever. And so they understand what you're communicating as you're coming aside here. I'm going to ask you in particular, as you're sneaking up on these guys, to give me a stealth check. And I'm going to roll their perception checks. Combat has not started. This is still behind the screen. Go ahead.
If I pass this, I'm the
Wait, no. They
stealthiest.
have no reason to suspect you, so the number to beat is their passive, which is 10.
There's
Excellent.
no-
So proud
There's
of
no
you.
way in hell.
So,
I am a
Griff.
6'6" giant in armor. I'm not stealth for shit.
Chonka 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 chonka
Wait a
chonka.
minute. He has a really good point. What are you wearing?
Yeah,
so
baby.
I have basically full.
You have
almost
chainmail.
plate- Yeah, so I have full chainmail from top to bottom.
I'm so sorry. You have disadvantage on stealth checks.
Yeah,
Give me
of
another check.
Of course I do.
What?
Okay.
Let's
Describe
go.
Describe it as you get up against the wall. Fucking, I don't care if you have your own goddamn Inspector Gadget or Mission Impossible theme. Please describe how you stealthily get up against the wall and see what's happening around the corner from you.
Ebu, bust out your
So
pants.
so in a true Elmer Fudd moment, I look to a non-existent camera. And I go, shh, and I throw my big ass up against the wall that somehow makes absolutely no noise. And I whole head dead ass look around a corner to where you can see half of my goddamn body. And then I turn to the rest of the group and I'm like, I got him. Really loud.
Wow, in your big ass cartoon whisper, you're like, I'm hunting vampires.
Exactly.
I would like you to please open up your character sheet, and on the top right of your portrait, please click the dice in the upper right hand corner. I give you fucking inspiration for that. You beat the disadvantage. That was highly unlikely in your big ass armor. Fucking 6 foot tall paladin in fucking metal armor.
Fucking
That-
stealth paladin, goddammit.
That right there, I'm gonna say deserves inspiration. Please take that shit. As you look around the corner, you can see an awful creature licking its lips, its ears, going through its head and out the other ear. It turns around. Its claws are long and spiked. This creature is utterly disgusting. It does not see you. When initiative
Somehow.
begins, because you're telling everyone what's going on. No one is moving yet. But you guys get surprised on these foes.
Let's
roll
go.
initiative.
Nice.
Everybody thank the stealth paladin. You're welcome.
Oh my god, that is the best thing ever.
I mean, is he wrong? All right, and then I have Anubis. I'm missing Elena and Nox. So I got Nox. Why am I missing Elena?
I'm not entirely sure.
I'm gonna roll for you. 14. Let's make sure that this is you. Elena, wiggle yourself around. Move left and right. Okay. Looks like you. Cool, cool, cool.
Not entirely sure. That's the first time I've ever rolled for Anubis before.
Yeah. Don't worry about it. No big deal. We're gonna go ahead and move on to this creature's turn. It's still chowing down in the hallway. You hear it's just going. Its tongue is hanging out of its mouth all the way down to its nipple line, swinging back and forth. It appears incredibly satisfied at whatever it's eating. Era, what do you do? Push to talk.
Yeah.
I hate this. All right. Did we make a plan to so wait till they attacked first, or are we just going for it?
You know 100% that Griff has told you where they are, what they're doing. He's on the corner there. That's all the information you have. What do you do?
Corner where? Sorry.
I'm so sorry. So I'm gonna ping you right. Yeah, thank you, Griff. Here. Directly to the front and right of Griff.
It doesn't know we're here. We could set traps and shit for this jackass, and I can push him your guys' way.
I guess I'm just confused which hallway to go through.
Why don't you move a little bit closer so that we can see where you're at and see what you're looking at, okay? So let's just say that you got, you use 20 feet of movement speed, okay? So you've got 30 more left to go. These guys have not noticed you yet. They're just sharing something in between them. Maybe a little romantic meal in the middle of the hallway. A little Lady in the Tramp action. Now, these creatures are surprised. They can't move, they can't take an action, they can't take a reaction until their turns are over. The first one, his turn's over. He can take a reaction. The other one's totally surprised. What do you do?
Button. Can I fly over here and then take 3 shots with Matilda?
You absolutely can. Please go right ahead.
That's what I'm talking about.
Hang on, I'm moving him back to where he was. As a reminder, you might want to hold down Alt and then left click him, and then roll your attacks with Matilda. Fuck you, Andros.
What?
Elmer Fudd.
Was that not perfect?
Oh, yeah. Okay. Your shot rings out through the air, smashes this thing in the back, actually. This guy right here. He slams forward, drops what he's holding, but he hasn't had time to react. He's still in the middle of falling forward as Matilda takes his next 2 actions. This one unfortunately misses as it goes into the spot that he was in, but he's been shoved aside by the force of the bullet. One more, please. Another hit. This one slams into the back of his thigh. He stumbles forward down on one knee. His movement will be halved on his next turn. Is that your turn?
It is the end of Era's turn.
Okay. Nox is here. What does he do?
Nox was on my shoulder.
Okay. What does he do?
Nox will swoop down and do the dive bombing help action to the next person who hits the creature.
Okay. Does he leave and incur an attack of opportunity?
No, it's enough of a dive bomb that it's just like dodging type.
Yeah, but he's still floating
But
around somewhere like
in
5
that
feet
area.
above him or something.
Yeah.
Sure. Okay. That is his turn. Griff, what do you do?
I am going to come around the corner and just start swinging.
Go for it. Nice. Griff, go ahead and give me that 2d8, please. Is it 8? Yeah, 2d6. Sorry, my bad.
Oh, my bad.
Look, I don't care. We'll take a 3. As it does, it's gonna go ahead and make a wisdom saving throw as it has been lowered to less than 20 HP.
Come on, baby. Sub 13, get fucked.
Absolute fail. Griff, where are you aiming your flail?
Dead center between the eyes.
Absolutely. Griff, you roll back with this one, and you sling it around behind your back. For a second there, it looks like you're holding it behind your back, flexing a little bit in front of you. But really, you're just holding momentum as you whip that sumbitch forward and smash him directly between the eyes. A massive fireball engulfs this thing, setting it on holy fire as you can feel Razia flowing through you. it's ignited in black flame and completely deleted. Is that your turn?
I'm gonna use bonus action shield master shove the other one.
Contested athletics check, please. The number to beat is 17. Griff, are you shoving it 5 feet back or shoving it prone?
Prone.
It is knocked prone.
Get out of here with that +3 athletics. Eat a +5.
Man. Oh my goodness, I didn't give you advantage on that attack. I should have. It didn't matter, but the next person to attack this Joker, whatever. I fucked up is what just happened. I'm gonna knock 5 HP off of this guy because of the advantage thing. That's my bad. We're gonna keep it moving though, and move it to the next person in the round. Ebu, what do you do?
I'm gonna have to move so I can see.
Ebu, I'm gonna take the liberty of moving you. That's gonna cost you 25 feet of movement where you are now. No, because you went, yeah, so 20 feet of movement from where you are right now. Okay. And you
Okay.
can see this guy in front of you. Because I knocked 5 HP off because I fucked up the math earlier, he's injured, so Toll the Dead will work better for you.
Yeah.
Just throwing that out there. What do you do?
That's exactly what I was going to do. Now that I can see him, I will take out my pan flute and play the lowest possible note and cast Toll
Fair's
the
fair.
Dead.
Yeah, do it.
And then I have to add a d4. Damn, son!
Suck
That's not
it.
Pull up though. Well, hold on. My guy succeeded on the save with a 14.
Okay, I didn't
Does
see
he
that.
take damage?
Give me 1 sec. Spellbook, Toll the Dead.
Sorry, I don't reckon
No,
he
that's all
does.
good. No, wisdom saving throw or take, so no.
Okay. Any bonus actions, Ebu?
No, I'm gonna just stay put.
Okay. Elena, what do you do?
All right, we're gonna move up so I can see him.
Okay. There's one left here. He's knocked prone directly in front of Griff. I'm moving you 20 feet so you can see what's happening here. He's collapsed. He's on his knees in front of Griff. I'll remind you that ranged attacks are going to have disadvantage on him because he's on his knees. But he's... Yeah. What do you do?
All right, and Griff is in front of me, correct?
That is correct.
Well, shit. Okay. You know what? That's okay. He's already hurting a little bit. We're gonna try shooting between the giant's legs and hit him with my hand crossbow.
Please,
Okay,
dear Lord,
so-
don't shoot me in the ass.
The issue I'm having here is just because Griff is so goddamn big. It'd be disadvantage and then -2 because of Griff being so fucking big that you're having half cover. It's 5 more movement speed that would be legal, but rule of cool here, I'm gonna say that Elena is gonna like do some parkour shit, bounce off the fucking walls, and then ends up on the other side of this guy.
There we
Nice.
go. That's a lot better. In that case, I can just I can actually use my rapier.
That's your call.
Yep, we're gonna use my rapier and go ahead and attack like normal.
Alright, smash him. You have advantage because he is prone. An 11? I'm so sorry. As the attack pierces into him, it smashes into the left side of his body, the lower left. It appears to pierce through a non-vital organ. He does not appear to care.
Bastard.
He yanks the sword out of your grasp for just a second, and you yank it back. No, you fucker, you're not having this. You boot him back down onto the ground. He's still prone in front of you. He's attempting to get back up and screaming at you. Any bonus actions?
I am going to. He's on his back.
He is on his back. He is prone. Well, whatever.
Okay. Yeah, he's on his back. Then I am going to disengage and get out of his line of sight.
That is your bonus action. He is not able to attack and incur of opportunity at disadvantage against you. What does Anubis do?
Anubis is going to fly in and provide the next person to attack at a bonus to that, at advantage.
Anubis drive-by shits this guy. He flies up in the air and just gangster style, you know. Damn, it feels good to be a gangster. Just drive-by shits him. It's pretty bad. At the top of the round, the
I
door
love that little
here
monkey.
slams open, and from the pantry, another of these creatures joins the combat.
Behind us.
Oh boy.
Boo, it's all you, bro. I got this one.
At the top of the round, the one that is prone is going to use its half of its movement action, I apologize, to stand up from prone. It does not recognize the little monkey thing behind it. It's looking at this towering...
Sandwich.
Wait. I forget what creature I'm talking about. I'm so sorry. It's looking for the yummiest meal it can. The easiest thing that it could grab hold of. It goes for the monkey.
Motherfucker, you gonna die if you try to take my monkey.
It bites.
I'm gonna Sentinel react.
So sorry. The creature's tongue flicks up into the air, and it pierces directly through Anubis's throat. It yanks Anubis into its grasp, and Anubis lets out one. He has just a moment to look at his mum. Has his hand out, and he gives the Terminator thumbs up as this guy crushes him, and then he dissipates into Fey energy. The creature is left unsatisfied as it is not able to enjoy any actual meal. Anubis fades away. Elena, you're still fucking pissed.
Can I take the Sentinel attack on that one?
You absolutely can. Go for it. And I am so sorry. Oof. No. Yeah, it is
try. It
so
wrecked you.
involved in what it's doing that you simply aren't able to grab it. I missed this part. No, wait, you have to start it, CERN. Nah, we're good. We're good. We move on. The creature that is bursting out of the pantry to the very north of you comes screeching around and comes it starts running at first as a humanoid would, and then starts galloping on all fours. It's running, holding onto the wall as it runs into the bunny creature in front of it and takes a dive. Ibu, you take 5 slashing damage from this creature as its claws dig into you. I need a Constitution saving throw, please. Ibu, for a moment, you feel your joints lock up. You are on your way out, and as you're running away for a minute, there's an almost comical moment as you look like a Nike symbol running through the air. And then there's a shudder, and then you break out of it, and in a sudden jolt of speed, you dash, bouncing off of this wall, then the other. I'm giving you a free 5 feet of movement speed as you run away from this thing with a 19, dodging the paralysis effect from this creature.
Nice.
Era, what do you do? Push to talk.
Thank you. I am going to step forward 5 feet, seeing as I don't know where this thing, this other one is. So I'm gonna be able to see.
I'm gonna say that if you move from here, you're probably gonna still incur attack of opportunity, even though you're 5 feet floating up. But you can definitely see it. You can absolutely hit it with a melee attack. What do you do?
I actually don't know where it is, so
I'm sorry. Can you see this guy right here?
no. My light is only on Ibu and the people in front of me. I have no
Yeah,
way to see
I
them.
can't see him either.
Oh, I need to give you you don't have dark vision. Okay, so here's what's gonna happen. I'm so sorry. It is what it is. I can see from your perspective now you don't have dark vision. You didn't lay a torch or anything like that. I'm laying a torch for you.
I didn't do my
So
light
you can-
cantrip I have.
Huh?
I have the light cantrip.
You can, but that would cost you an action. So let me ask you
Yeah.
this. Do you want to use an action to do your light cantrip? Or to light
Not
a
right
torch? Or do you want to use an action to attack this guy at disadvantage with a melee weapon? Because you can't see in the dark.
Hmm.
That is your choice, and I can't go for it.
Do I get opportunity attacked? Like he attacks me if I shoot in the future, if I stay right here?
No, he wouldn't get an attack of opportunity unless you move away from him.
That's what I thought, but I wanted to check.
Sure.
I'll just keep attacking the other guys.
Absolutely. The only reason that happens is because Griff has Sentinel and he's cool like that. That doesn't happen for everybody.
Alright.
I'm just cool like that.
So who are you attacking? I will remind you that Griff is standing in front of this guy. His 6-foot tall armored figure is blocking the hallway. You will have a +2 to AC if you try to hit that guy. I'm sorry, I said that weird. The guy in front of Griff is gonna have a +2 to his AC because Griff is standing in front of him and providing half cover.
I just don't know if this would help or not, but I'm gonna ask. I'm still 5 feet off the ground though. Would I be able to look over Griff though? Or not? But I don't know. I just want to know.
You're
if it
gonna have
changes
to
anything.
say that you would have to get higher up in the air to do that, to get 10 feet up in the air in order to remove the half cover disadvantage or the half cover penalty. But by doing so, you're gonna incur an attack of opportunity from the creature to your left. And because you have not lit a light and it can see you and you can't see it, it will have advantage on that attack.
I forget because I think we said it last time, not this time. How tall are the ceilings?
We're saying 10 feet for the purposes of being in a catacomb.
So I would not be able to go 10 feet up in the air because I would
You can
be
go
on
10
this
feet
beam.
up in the air, but that's as high as you can get.
Oh, okay. So. All right, I will. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do my light.
You go 10 feet up in the air as you
I'm gonna do my
you
light cantrip
incur-
first. But then,
Okay.
yes, I am still gonna go 10 feet up in the air.
Okay, that is your action. As you go 10 feet up in the air, this creature is going to attack at opportunity against you. It is not going to be doing this at advantage. Straight 8 slashing damage. I apologize. I should have done this at the beginning of your turn. Because you started your turn within 5 feet of this creature. Did not hit you. I'm sorry, Era. I need to make a Constitution saving throw. Did he see to beat his 10?
Alright. But also, even if I do my light spell, it's not showing me the person at all.
Yeah, I gotcha. Oh, you're right.
Zach, what
higher?
up, dude? Good to see you, bro.
Whatever. I'm going to. Does this work? No. For simplicity's sake, he's there. Anyway. I'm so sorry, you have failed the effect of stench. You are... we already did all of the rolls. Whatever. Don't even worry about it. Is that your Terranera?
I guess? Yes.
Awesome. Cool. Nox. Who's he using the help action on? He's still hanging out in the walls here. He's like floating above folks here. He's like actually hovering above Griff's head here. Do you want advantage on this guy? Or this guy?
I'm not forgetting to do push to talk, I'm just thinking.
Sure.
Nox will get it on the guy who just came out randomly.
Okay.
The one behind
That's
me.
this dude right here. Griff, what do you do?
I'm gonna finish off this guy ahead of me.
Go for it. I feel like this is an advantage because of Anubis.
Oh no. I hope it is.
I'm gonna say it is. You haven't gotten to the bottom floor yet, so I'm still helping you remember these actions. So yeah, Anubis has help on this one. Go for it.
So roll again.
Yes.
There we go.
All right. Go ahead and give me that 2d6 radiant, please.
How about 12?
Wow. Okay, let's get that wisdom saving throw.
Bye bye.
Failure. Where are you hitting this guy?
Same spot as always, right between the eyes. If it ain't
Between
broke,
the
don't
eyes,
fix
you
it.
yeet this fucking spike in front of you. The mace ball slams it between the eyes. There's a crack that appears. Light begins emerging from it. Its huge, long, prehensile tongue wipes in there. The tongue goes in front of that gap. It goes cross-eyed for a minute as it tries to understand what's happening, and then it just detonates in an explosion of radiant light.
Then I'm gonna use my bonus action to shield master shove the one behind me.
Athletics check, please.
Is Nox like on top of me? I can't grab my spell book for some reason.
Oh, sorry. I'm gonna move him. Here, go ahead.
There we go.
He's like floating above your head right now. Like,
Oh.
just in that area. He's trying not to incur an attack of opportunity as he's just in the air scratching at these dudes in between your blows.
Gotcha.
You smash him down, you can you're only going to be able to shove him prone.
Yeah, I'm not shoving it back, just down.
Okay. Is that your turn?
Yes, sir.
Eber, what do you do?
I'm gonna look over at Era and seeing how she's a little bit injured. I'm going to pull out my pan flute and play a little melody and cast Cure Wounds at first level.
Just solo, just dropping these
Okay.
mobs, Zach. No big deal.
Finding it, here it is.
On the enemy creature, right? Yeah.
On,
No?
on Era, on Era.
Ah, okay.
So close.
My my Morningstar mace has an execute where they have to roll a wisdom saving throw at 13 or higher.
Let's go,
Otherwise, they
buddy.
immediately die.
Very much appreciated.
Excellent. Ebu, please describe for me what this looks like as you reach out and pass on the healing of your nature religion. Not religion, but spirituality.
Yeah, so as I blow into my pan flute and play this melody, you see kind of like a green kind of fog almost come out of the
Yeah, it's pretty
end of
busted.
the
If
pan
they're
flute,
under
like it's
20
turning
health,
my-
they have to roll it,
breath
otherwise they're
into
just
like a healing
duns
fog.
up.
And it drifts towards Era, and on Era's next inhale, the fog goes into her body, healing her for
Full tilt, I deal just ass loads of
Aaron,
damage.
as you inhale, you can smell the scent of fresh rain, jasmine and flowering, fresh blossoms. The power of nature infuses you with fresh life.
Good roll.
Elena, what do you do?
Then she ends
Alright.
up sneezing.
Did you say and you end up sneezing?
it's allergy season.
Oh, I have major allergies, so as soon as you said that, I was just like, that just makes me want to sneeze.
Era is
God
not
bless.
Claritin clear. All right. You know what?
That's
We're going
commercial.
to.
You need
Oh,
Nasonex.
no.
We're gonna go up, and can I go over? Is this where the wall is? Over this way?
Yeah, it is. What's up?
Like I was trying to go forward, but I've got walls and
Yeah.
people around me. Okay.
I'm basically trying to get you to the nearest unoccupied space.
Yes, I appreciate you. That's exactly where I was headed. Now he is prone. He is now on his back, but he is not injured. Correct?
He is not injured, no, but all melee attacks against him have advantage.
Yeah.
You're gonna go ahead and hit it with a fox hunt rapier.
Go for it.
Good hit.
I really feel like that was just one. Go ahead and fish for that crit, please. Also, what? I need just a moment, Elena.
Do what?
I need a moment.
Okay, do your thing.
One. No, I need you to give me a +1. +1. That's magical. Elena, you can accept that or you can roll for yourself.
I think I'll accept it.
14.
Good
Okay.
call.
I mean, I'm gonna ponder it for a second. Yeah, still accepting it.
Sure. This is the original formula. You can see there has 1d20 plus 0 plus 3. It's meant to be a +1 weapon. That's not featured there. So yeah, that's what just happened. Anyway, you stab through this thing and you skewer it through its neck. It comes straight out and you deal an immense amount of damage to it. It's looking pretty wounded. Its tongue goes back through its mouth and then comes out through the hole made into its neck and then waves at you almost defiantly as it claws back at you. Is that your turn?
I'm going to. Griff, where are you in relation to this thing? Are you right in front?
Yeah, I'm directly in front of it right here.
Okay, I'm going to dash and get out of the. Get out of its way.
You're gonna dash?
Or
Disengage?
disengage. That's it.
Excellent. You back up. I'm sorry. You run 5, 10, 20, 30. You're out of movement speed. Getting to this space took out your movement speed because you've moved through 2 medium creatures and that was difficult terrain.
Okay. In that
You
case.
still have your bonus action available to you. What do? You can take dodge. Nope, doesn't matter. It's prone, so it has disadvantage on you and attack rolls already.
how hard it would be to hide? There's nothing around us, is there?
Doesn't matter. Even if you were hidden, he'd still know that you were in that general vicinity and would take an attack at you at disadvantage.
Okay. Well then, I guess I'll just prep and yeah, just wait. So if I can't back
Anubis,
away.
who we have forgotten about up to this point, he can't really take a help action. This guy's already disadvantaged. I'm gonna say that we're gonna move on from Anubis's turn. Unless there's something you could think of that you want him to do.
Come back to life?
Yeah, he died.
Oh, he's dead. Oh my
Yeah.
god.
I mean, I'll take it.
Thank you for being honest, and I did not mean to hurt your feelings like that. That was a bit
What
Nah,
a tease.
he's mad that I'm just executing all of his ghouls, so he's like, oh yeah, remember that monkey? He's dead.
Oh, bad. Okay. Here's what happens. This dude uses his half of his movement speed to get to his feet. Now, bear in mind, this does not look to be an intelligent creature. This looks to be a skinny, pale humanoid thing. It looks like it's pretending to get back to its humanoid self. It stumbles back up to its feet, maybe, you hope, and then starts to run. This is as far as it can get. Everyone who wants to take an attack of opportunity.
Bad move. That's an advantage, right? Or no?
No, it's standing up and running. Sorry, I need to take that off. Griff with the Morning Star and a successful hit. One moment. That's... And he's gonna do a wisdom saving throw.
That should bring him within execution range. Ooh.
The explosion as it hits this dude, its clawed hands seem to shove it back down into that little ball and then shoves back the end of your mace. It continues running away. Elena, you have missed. It is too fast as it's scrambling down the hallway, running for its life. Ibu, what do you do?
I'm just going to swing my mace at him. I can't target him because I can't see him, so you'll have to apply the damage.
So sorry. What was it? Did it beat... I'm so sorry, let me say it again. Did it beat a 13?
Oh, I missed completely.
I'm so sorry, it's not a hit. Era, attack of opportunity, what do you do?
I'm trying to remember if I can do melee things since it's running or not. Or ranged. Or not. Like, shoot it with the gun, but I don't know. So,
You can still hit it with a melee attack if you like, but with a ranged attack, if it's running away from you, at the time that it incurs the attack, it's at 5 feet away from you, so it would be a disadvantage.
would that mean I get double disadvantage?
No, it's just disadvantage. Disadvantage is disadvantage. If you have 3 sources of advantage and 1 source of disadvantage, it's still neutral. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. I don't mind hitting it with the gun. But come on, Matilda.
It's just 3 attacks at disadvantage. No big deal. Go for it. Yeah, it's gonna hit. 2 more, please. Miss.
Oof.
Miss. It continues onward. That is the end of its movement speed. Era, it's the start of your turn. What do you do?
Do I want to do 3 more shots?
No.
Let me see.
I'm gonna catch it here in a second. I wouldn't waste the ammo.
That's where I was thinking. I'm like,
You have like a throwing knife or something dumb that you can whip at him?
I'm trying to see. I have something, but I want to check to make sure I don't hit you.
Oh no.
Oh, Jesus. That's always the greatest thing to start with.
While you're figuring that out, I'll be right back. 2 seconds.
Well, it says it's only on one creature of your choice that you see within 15 feet. Yeah, I'll do it. I don't think I'll hurt Griff. Let's hope not.
Let's do it.
You
It
can.
doesn't say. You were saying?
So you may want to move up a hair.
Oh yeah, I am. I was just gonna wait for Tag to get it back so he knows what I'm doing.
I have faith in you. You got this. If I had nat 20, that thing would have been like, for Anubis, you son of a bitch!
Oh, heck
Only.
yeah.
Alright. Moving on. Nox, what do you do?
Hey,
Oh, did I skip you? Go for
Yeah.
it. What
I
happened?
was waiting for you to get back before I did my thing.
Do your thing. Hit me.
Okay, I looked at my spell. It doesn't say anything that it will hit Griff, but this is your prerogative because DM.
What
I'm
is it?
going to hit it with lightning lure.
Okay. Well, let me see that spell description. Let's see what happens.
Currently,
Alright, hold on one second.
we're in a
What is the
crypt
description of lightning
at
lure?
There we go.
the bottom
I
of Death
posted it
House
now.
right now, Homewood Manor.
Nice.
You can take
Oh,
1d8. If it's
Only if you're
within
within-
5 feet.
But if it fails the save, it gets pulled 10 feet by me, and then it takes the lightning damage.
Okay. So what you're saying is that if it fails, hold on. If it succeeds, it's good. If it fails, it dies.
If it succeeds, it will not get pulled back, and it will not take the 8 damage.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, they.
But if it fails the
calls it
save,
Death
it
House,
gets
it's-
pulled
it's the
10
Homewood
feet back
Manor
into, I
Death
think,
House
Griff's space,
campaign.
as well as
Uh-huh.
it's 8 points of lightning damage.
Okay, cool. So, here's what happens. As it gets yanked back towards you, because it fails the strength saving throw, Era, you hold out your hand. A lash of lightning energy yanks around this thing's neck as it's running away from you. It appears for a second that its eyes are bulging out. You yank it back towards you. Griff, there is a moment. One moment. As this thing flies towards you. You know this is your time. Give me a contested athletics check at advantage, please. Griff, the thing flies towards you in the air. You try to reach up towards you and smash this thing into the ground. Unfortunately, Era yanks it towards her so goddamn fast that it just comes flying up out of your grasp. How much damage do you do as it gets pulled towards you, Era?
It rolled an 8 damage.
I'm sorry, it's an 8?
That's what it said, I believe.
How do you want to do this?
Missed for style points, but it dies anyway.
I feel like it like wrapped around its upper torso and its neck, and then when it get pulled back, it sort of was like choked a bit by this. But then, as soon as it gets closer to me, I flick it down, sort of like a whip, and it goes headfirst into the ground. That doesn't do enough though, and then sort of like a taser, the electric shock goes through the line and then limp.
I'm sorry. You're just tasing the shit out of it. Like
I'm not
torturing
fighting.
it in front of Elena as Elena, you're just watching this thing as it's barbecued in front of it.
Elena's upset at it too.
Don't
Elena
tase me,
walks
bro.
over and says, "For Anubis, motherfucker."
You cannot do a non-lethal attack with a cantrip, but yes, you can absolutely give it to someone else as you slam the fucking thing to the ground, as it's tased, as it's paralyzed in front of you. Elena, you say exactly what you just said. How do you kill it?
I am going to take my rapier and drive it straight. You know what? Let's see what we roll, and then I'm gonna describe it. I was gonna try to pin its tongue, its flipping, flapping tongue to its neck where the hole was, and just keep driving it down in there as it's tasing.
I'm honestly gonna say that it cannot respawn because it's been so fucked up at having been yanked along this way and electrified. It is not able to defend itself. Yes, you can say for Anubis and stab this goddamn thing into the ground. You watch as its body melts away. It seems to almost burn away into ash and decay in front of you into nothingness. It's puzzling to you. It's almost worrisome. It's not like you can take back a portion of this creature for proof. It's just gone. That is the end of combat. Congratulations.
Let's go.
I still can't believe that's a cantrip.
Speaking of cantrips, now that combat is over, I'm gonna cast my light cantrip on my shield.
Yeah,
so
I
can
forget
see
that
things.
people can't see things because I'm over here with dark vision. I'm like, oh.
It would be helpful, yes. And we do take those things into account.
I have a torch.
Bless.
Elena might have looked a little psycho there because she would have like slowly just leaned in and like shish kebabbed it.
Yeah, dude, I don't understand all the shit in this game enough to be
Oh,
able
yeah.
to do the crazy shit yet. My next is gonna be like a berserker or something. I'm really bad with spells and all that shit.
We did talk about this. The preparations that you might have made
Yes.
as a rogue going into Death House. Do you have the resources to summon Anubis back?
Let me check. I think I do. Hang on.
Right now, you're not in a safe area. You don't have the time. But do you have the resources?
Hold on.
I believe when we cast it and we got
Yeah.
into this, you said we got all the things for us recasting.
Yep. I had to go and actually click on the spell and go back and read it because I couldn't remember.
All right.
It says when it disappears, it leaves behind no physical form. It reappears after you cast a spell again.
Okay. When we return back to a safe area, you won't have a chance to resummon Anubis. For a time being,
Oh, I got you.
unfortunately, he is lost to you. To the party. What do you do?
There is a door in front of me, and I want to break it down.
You have problems, my friend.
Is this the room to the north of you?
Yeah, it's right here.
Son of a bitch, we're all gonna die.
Okay.
I
But we're
love
singing
this.
a John T. tune.
So, as you go to that room, Griff, you can see that there is a small wooden side table directly before you enter. That small wooden side table has a note. I'll drop into your inventory later, but that note says, "Warning. Live firing range.
Yes.
Quincy, pick up your goddamn bombs."
Yes.
Bombs?
There's a velvet case in front of you. On your left, there is a spherical object that appears to have a number of spikes coming out of it.
Shrapnel bombs.
In the middle, there is an object that appears to have a fuse coming out of it. This item looks like you might be able to take this fuse and to detach portions of the fuse in order to shorten the time that it takes before it might go off. You look. I'm sorry, Griff, I'm speaking for you and I apologize. Are you looking into this wooden case with a velvet bed with these 3 spherical objects in front of it?
I mean, I'm not really a Dex guy, so I'm gonna call Ibu over, because he seems to know his potions and chemistry and shit, and I'll call.
Okay.
Or possibly the person on the broom that doesn't touch the ground.
Or that one.
Or that person, yes.
The
okay,
one not
cool,
touching
cool.
the floor, and possibly, the rogue.
Literally anybody but you, I think is
Basically,
Hey, that's
yeah.
what I'm a team player. That's what I'm going
Yeah.
for. As much
You're
as
such
my
a good
big
person.
ass would love to throw boom boom shit at people, I would be able to throw it hard but not accurately, and that's not good with a bomb.
I mean,
I mean,
weren't
it
you
could
some
help.
hand grenades?
So I'm just gonna hand it off to all y'all that can actually hit things that you're throwing things at.
You're not gonna touch nothing because you've got a torch.
Hold on.
To
Let's
be
not take away
fair,
player agency.
I'm
Is
also
he throwing one of these spherical objects across the room to someone?
Yeah, no, that's a bomb.
Why? Why? You
or
almost said yes.
or I could just be just a cynical asshole and just be like hot potato and then just kind of toss it.
I mentally crossed myself, like, again, GG, everybody.
I would never take away your player agency. Griff, what do you do? I would say there's still 1/3 ball to be explored.
I'm going to take the whole case with all 3 of them in it very gingerly, and then just kind of hand them off to anybody but me. And he would say something like, "I don't think I'm supposed to play with these."
I can't help but feel like Elena's attention might be drawn to these items.
135 million%.
I would like an investigation check, please.
Like, do you know what I could do with all that shit?
Alright, that's fair. The first item, as I mentioned, of course, is a spherical object that has a number of spikes sticking out of it. The second item mentioned appears to have a fuse poking out of it. It appears to be an item that you might be able to take a section off and then do something else with, maybe to shorten the amount of time that this thing might go off, there appears to be a heavy amount of black smoke moving around inside of it. The third option appears to be made of some sort of black chrome gunmetal at the top and at the bottom, and in the middle is a thin line of the brightest light that you have ever seen. It is shining heavily, and it hurts to look at.
I got motherfucking flash grenade!
So we got a flash bomb, a smoke bomb, and a shrapnel grenade.
Yeah, I was thinking we've got, it looks like either shrapnel or landmine, and
You don't know that.
no, but that's what it kind of looks like. And the flash bomb might be like Sunfire Death Ray grenade to kill vampires.
Mayhaps. Can we not take them all, DM?
They're inside a box in a velvet case.
How big are
Perfectly
these? Are
suited
these
to
like
hold all three of them. One would fit in your palm.
ooh? Yeah, I have a funny, I feel like these are quite the set, and these are all situational. I can't be certain, but one looks like, this one with the fuse looks like it might be a good timer for maybe even, I mean, it's got gas in it. It looks like we could probably use that to smoke out some people or knock them out. I don't know. I'd have to look at it a little bit more. This last one, it could be anything from kind of a flash style chemical instead of the flash powder I normally use with an igniter, or the fact that it's got a very, very bright light. Maybe it would damage whatever the hell it is we're fighting in here.
And as you say, whatever the hell we're fighting in here, the door behind you opens.
Of course it does.
The loud, ominous creak. Behind you, you can see the light shining down on wooden pillars. You can see a number of skeletons chained to the walls there. Griff, you take a step inside, and you are immediately hit with an ominous feeling that rocks you from the top of your head to the bottom of your feet. Griff, you are a brave man. But for the moment, looking at the stone statue of the man resting his head upon the gigantic wolf at the center of the room here, for the moment, you are terrified. You would never admit this to the party, but you're scared. You turn around to tell the group that something here is setting you off, and as you look at the inside of the room, you can see here, written in Celestial. I'm sorry. What languages do you speak?
That's a good question. Yeah, Celestial, Draconic, Goblin, and Minotaur.
Okay. I have questions about Goblin and Minotaur, but let's get back to that Celestial. You look back at the glowing writ letters on the inside of this door. Here you shall come, but no further. Behind you, the stone statue of the immaculate nobleman turns its head, looks
Mother-
directly at you. And we'll see what happens next week. Thank you guys so much for playing.
Woo!
Oh,
Stone Boy about to get his
man.
ass kicked.
Back-to-back fights, buddy.
Pitter patter of the heart there, right there.
Hey, that last one went really well.
Yeah, it did. You know, up until Anubis died. Wah, wah, wah.
Oh yeah, that was sad.
That was sad. But that's okay. We're gonna bring him back.
Zach, man, I appreciate you watching, homie, and
Anubis
everybody
to
else.
return.
We'll see you next week. Wednesday.
And he's gonna be shitting on other people.
To 11 p.m. Central every week. D&D.
We'll see what happens. You guys survive this room.
Whew. Okay.
Right on. I gotta run, guys.